is already the end of summer, and I feel like this year has just flown by.
Standing underneath the lights.
You guys have been asking me some really good questions.
Look into each other's eyes.
I did fine dining, I did nightclubs.
Tired snowflakes are coming down.
I agree.
Collapse into water when they hit the ground.
Would love to have a massive studio and tool
The
shed.
answer is
a
wild child.
It wasn't me. I know it's kind of up in the air.
Hopefully, I mean, I don't know what kind of a question that is.
So all that's left is you and me. I can promise you're the only thing I see. Hold my hand and hear the words I say. Close your eyes and let us fade away.
Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. I can't believe it, but it is already Labor Day. It is already the end of summer, and I feel like this year has just flown by. I don't know if you guys feel like that, but I feel like yesterday was New Year's. It's crazy, and specifically the summer. I mean, if I just think about this whole summer in terms of projects, I wrapped up the kitchen kind of at the beginning of the summer, and then we've done the dining room's completely different. We did the whole hallway. I just did the office space. I've done so much, and I'm really ready to move into fall and to the holidays. I'm just so excited for all of that to get here. However, because of all of these projects, things kind of start to pile up. I mean, I generally keep my house pretty organized, but as you can see, I have pictures that used to be in the hallway. I have bedding from something you guys haven't even seen yet. I have paint down here. There's just stuff. I keep it in contained areas, but there's just kind of stuff all over. And I really want to do like a deep clean of the apartment. Go into fall super fresh so that when I do like my fall makeover, I will feel a lot better that I'm not adding stuff on top of the stuff. So this week I really want to just get the apartment organized, get it deep cleaned, just feel really good going into Labor Day, going into fall, going into the holidays. So I thought I'd do that this week with a twist. You guys have been asking me some really good questions lately, and I don't want you to think I've been rude because I see your questions, and I've been purposely not answering because the questions have been coming in more and more. I was like, let's do a Q&A. And that way I can get more personal with you guys. I can answer your questions, and it's not just me sitting there typing paragraphs. We can do it this way. I love hearing from you guys. You guys have so many good questions, and I want to answer them. So this week, we are getting this apartment ready for end of summer, and I'm answering your questions. So let's do it. Okay. Time for first question. What are the most basic DIY tools you would recommend? I think you especially would be able to recommend to those of us who have limited space. Great question. Yes, this is a massive issue for me because I have such small space, so I can't buy every tool in the world. I would love to have a massive studio and tool shed and stuff and have endless amount of tools. I just have nowhere to put them. Now, tools that I have, like big tools are the drill, the miter saw, which is a big thing I store in like the top of my closet. My jigsaw, which is really handy for doing anything that's not just a miter saw cuts. And then my brad nailer and finishing nailer. Those are the only like big tools that I have. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like having limited means when it comes to that because it makes me think outside of the box. Me personally, I think I get more creative when I have to work within the confines of the box that I've been given, the space that I've been given, the tools that I have, and I think it makes me more creative. So a part of me really likes having to work in that space. Next question. Is YouTube your full-time job? The answer is a little bit of a story, but I guess the answer is yes. Right now, I am solely focused on YouTube. I actually, I bartended for the last decade of my life. Lived in LA for actually in about a week and a half. It'll be my 13th anniversary. I bartended at I did fine dining, I did nightclubs. I've done every type of bartending. And when I came back from the pandemic, same jobs, a lot of people didn't come back. They kind of took the opportunity to follow their passions, follow their dreams. And I came back to the same jobs, which are great jobs. I just did not like it. It was not fulfilling, and I felt very, very stuck. I'm a creative person. I like to be creative, and so I used to, when I was just bartending and I kind of put acting on the back burner for a bit, I kind of took my creativity out on my apartment, which is how this started. And then over the past year and a half, before I even left the job, I started the channel. And it was just kind of a side gig, and I was having a lot of fun with it. And then at the end of last year, a series of things kind of happened all at once, including the job that I had been at for 8 years going under. For me, I feel like it was the kick in the rear end that I needed, because I felt really, really stuck in life. And I was having so much fun doing this channel. And because of a couple other things that were going on in my life at the exact same time, and the position that I was in, I felt like I'm happy doing this right now. The channel was just growing, and I felt really good about it. And I said, well, if the universe is trying to send me a sign, send me a message, I'm going to accept it. And so I said this year I was just going to really, really focus on YouTube and growing the channel and design in general, because it was making me really happy. The whole business side to running a YouTube channel has been a little bit overwhelming and a giant learning curve, but I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm right now fully devoted to designing the dream, and I'll let you know if that changes. This is a bedroom specific, not even a question, but I thought I would address it because I just did this office area, and somebody mentioned, actually a couple people mentioned that they would build a box or cover something or do something to cover this ugly AC unit. I agree. However, I live in Southern California, so the AC unit gets used a lot. Now, I could create something that has maybe like that mesh like we did in the AC unit in the dining room. That's an option. I didn't really think about that. My solution was actually going to be pretty simple. Like I said in the office one, I don't have my main curtains yet, I just have the shears. So the main ones are going to be, I have my rods out about a foot past the edges of the window. So my main ones are gonna kind of rest on the side of the window there. And then the shears can basically go further over inside. So the shears really are going to cover up the AC unit when it's not being used. Obviously, when it is being used, I could create a box or something like that, or, you know, when it's being used, I just have it out in the open. I really just use it in the bedroom at nighttime because I'm not in here a lot during the day, although now that I have my office, maybe. But yes, I think this thing is hideous. I hate this thing. I am right there with you. Theoretically, the shears will just cover it once I get my full curtains in, but we could create a box. I like that idea. What was wrong with the wood floor in the kitchen? Good question. I think I answered it in the video, but if I didn't, first off, design-wise, the black and white tile was always like the main part of my design. The green and the black and white tile were like, that was the beginning of the design, and everything kind of sprawled from there. So design-wise, there was nothing wrong with the wood floor, but design-wise, I wanted that tile. Only in the kitchen was the wood floor a different laminate than the wood floor all over the rest of the apartment. And it drove me nuts because it felt like it was just a patch. It was two different colors of wood. The one in the kitchen was more of like a yellowy, farmhousey one, whereas the rest of the wood floors have a massive red undertone. They weren't even running the same direction. The kitchen ones were running this one way, and the rest of the flooring's going this direction. That being said, black and white tile, again, was always the main part of the design. And I love it. I'm curious. This is just a rental. How long has he been there, and how long can he be there? I have been in this apartment for 4.5 years now. And how long can he be there? Hopefully. I mean, I don't know what kind of a question that is. I will be here until I either move or buy something, fingers crossed, but who knows whenever that'll happen. After a year, do you still like it? Meaning the moss wall. Yes, I do. I actually, it's really nice to like walk into. It's calming. I get a lot of comments when I have people over. And for those who've been with the channel for a while, you'll know that I have a whole plan for this entryway. We'll get there. But yeah, the moss wall was kind of step one. I have this whole vision for this nice entryway, and it's held up really, really well. There's a couple spots where you can see the moss is kind of like just like pulling forward. So I really just need to get in there with the glue gun and kind of just push it back in. Because, you know, it's been standing vertically for a year now, but it's held up really, really well. Yes. The answer is yes, I still love the moss wall. How long have you had Scout? Hi. Scout will be 10 years old this December. December 6th is her birthday. You wouldn't know it because she is crazy active. She's a wild child. I got her, I got her on my birthday that year. So she was about 5 months old, I guess, 4.5 when I got her. So I've had her for almost a decade. I am going to sit down for the next question because it is a topic. I would love to hear about how you got started with interior design. Did you go to school? Did you network? Did you start at a studio? Would love to know because everyone tells me I need to do this and I would love to do that. Do it. The answer is no. I'm not trained at all, and I mean, I feel like if a real interior designer was watching this channel, you could tell that I'm not trained. I just have a passion for it. I learn as I go. I know that there's actual rules, and I know there's lots of schooling, and I honestly I love design, but I just have no interest to do it professionally because I like doing it for myself, and I don't know if I would enjoy it as much for doing it for a client, if that makes sense. It's the same thing like when I was working at a fine dining restaurant, when I was bartending there, I used to talk to the pastry chefs a lot because I love baking and I was just fascinated by the stuff they do. And they'd be like, well, why don't you try doing pastry, like being a pastry chef? And I was like, I don't think I'd enjoy it. Constantly doing the same thing over and over. I mean, yeah, there's play and stuff like that, but I think if I did what I'm passionate about as a job that was over and over and over again, not to mention with interior design, you then are, you know, dealing with other people and what they want and stuff. I just don't think I would enjoy it. So no, I'm not professionally trained at all. I went to school for acting. But like I said, interior design was kind of the only creative outlet that I had, and it's just kind of grown and grown, and I really, really enjoy it. And with each project, whether it comes to baking or gardening, sewing, interior design, I learn so much. The construction, my dad's a contractor, and so I call him constantly about issues that I have when I do any of these DIY projects. But I'm constantly learning when it comes to interior design and stuff like that. So no, I don't have any schooling. So I'm not gonna tell anybody not to go to school for it because I totally respect interior designers, and I think you know, what they learn and what they do and stuff is a completely different thing than what I do. You, I guess, your name's Justin too. If you want to do it and everyone tells you to do it, do it. I mean, I was already doing this stuff with my apartment way before the channel, and people just told me to, you know, you should film what you do, and I just started making little videos, and it's kind of become a thing now. So if you're passionate about something, do it. Why not? And as long as you're open to continually learning, that's great. I think if you have a passion for it, follow your passion. Absolutely. All right, while I'm working in the hallway, I did have a couple questions. I don't have the exact wording here, but on hallway related stuff. The first one was, why did I choose to hang one, since the two pictures are identical, one is this way and one is that way? Why is one upside down? And the answer is, I didn't choose it. That's what the artist intended, and I actually like it because I think it frames the wall better, as if they were just the exact same direction, both of them. I think it would be a little less visually interesting. Yeah, it wasn't me. That's what the artist intended. Second question in the hallway was about color drenching. And I had somebody ask me, they were going to color drench something, and they were asking me about the doors, which you can see in the mirror here. They were asking if I was going to color drench the door there and the door in here. And I thought about it for a long time. Theoretically, with color drenching, I would. The thing that I don't really care for is that I live by myself. I don't close the doors that often. It's actually kind of weird when I have people over and I see like my bathroom door closed, because I never close the doors. The thing that was going to bother me is that if the door is open the entire time and it's painted the same blue, I didn't want the blue to just be like this giant blue thing in my bedroom. And if it's open 90% of the time, I feel like that would bother me. So I kept it white because I think it flows better with the bedroom here. And that's honestly the same reason why I didn't do it in the bathroom, because at least that gave me a little bit of consistency. But I think it's kind of up in the air. I don't... theoretically, if you're color drenching, yes, you would do the doors. If they opened out, it would be a completely different story if they opened into the hallway. But they don't. They open into the other rooms. So that's why I didn't do that. But good question. As creative as you are, have you ventured into knit crochet? I tried to knit and I was not feeling it. It's really repetitive for me. And I mean, I guess sewing is too, but what I like about sewing is it's more of a puzzle. Maybe I'll try again, you never know. I actually, random factoid about me, I got COVID right at like the beginning of the pandemic. And so it was like right when you had to like quarantine for 10 days and I like didn't have any contact. So my parents sent me a bunch of, you know, puzzles and random things just to fill my time because I was going insane not being able to leave the apartment at all. And one of the things was needlepoint. I got so into it. I don't know why, but it was like really, really fun for me. I never actually finished that thing. I got out of quarantine and I never finished it. It's probably somewhere in the apartment right now, but random factoid about me, that was something I got into. But no, I never got into knitting or crocheting. And the final question for this Q&A. We don't know your name. Can you introduce yourself? I'm Justin. Hey. I feel like I used to introduce myself at the beginning of all of my videos, and I've just been doing this for a while now that and the community's grown that I forget to introduce myself. So my name is Justin. I'm so glad to have you all here. I love this community that we're building. I have so much fun making these videos, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. I love that my apartment is clean. It feels so good, and I am so ready to get into fall and the holidays. Oh my gosh, I have so many cool things planned. I hope you guys stick around to see. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, do so now so you can see all of the projects coming up. Thanks so much for sending me all of these questions and making it this far into this Q&A. Have a wonderful Labor Day if you are in the US, or a weekend if you're not in the US, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.